Chicago mornings have a way of sneaking up on you. The wind slaps your face like it owns the city, and the L train rattles in the distance, reminding you the day won't wait. Ethan Parker, 29 years old, tech consultant, is juggling a coffee cup, a laptop bag, and his phone as he rushes down the steps of his modest apartment building in Lincoln Park. His building is red-bricked, 4 floors tall, with ivy clinging to the walls like a stubborn relative who refuses to leave. He's dressed in his usual, trying to look professional but still cool, outfit, slim-fit khakis, white sneakers, and a navy jacket that doesn't quite shield him from the September breeze. Ethan believes he can multitask like a pro, coffee in the left hand, phone in the right, earbuds dangling, and somehow still managing to lock the front door with his elbow. That's when it happens. A sharp slip, like time slowing down, his phone slips from his grip, cartwheeling in midair. Chicago wind, cruel as ever, seems to add extra spin. Ethan watches in horror. The device, his lifeline, his mini-universe, meets the pavement with a crack so sharp even a passing jogger winces. Jogger chuckling. That's a Monday for ya. Ethan picks it up. The screen is a spiderweb of cracks. His reflection stares back, fractured like his morning calm. But here's the truth. Americans have a strange relationship with their phones. It's not just a device, it's a planner, a GPS, a photo album, a stress ball, and sometimes even a therapist. And when it breaks, the world feels broken. Ethan sighs, mutters a quiet, "Great," and heads toward the bus stop, broken phone still glowing like a wounded soldier. The city around him is alive. Coffee shops opening, cyclists in neon jackets, delivery vans double parked, and neighbors walking Labradors with sweaters fancier than most people's clothes. Life goes on, even when your phone doesn't cooperate. And this is where our story begins. One broken screen, one broken mood, and one lesson waiting to shine through. Downtown Chicago hums with the sound of ambition. Office towers glint in the sun, and every Starbucks is filled with people pretending they have more important emails than everyone else. Jessica Monroe, 27, marketing associate, stylish yet practical, sits at a corner table sipping her oat milk latte. She's dressed in a beige trench coat, blue skinny jeans, and ankle boots, classic urban chic. Her phone buzzes, and she sees Ethan fumbling with his shattered device near the counter. His frustration is visible, tapping harder as if force might heal technology. Jessica smirks, she's been there. A broken phone is a universal tragedy. Ethan finally orders his coffee, awkwardly juggling his cracked screen like it's a wounded pet. He turns, bumps into a man in a business suit, and almost spills everything. Jessica to herself, chuckling, "Wow, Monday is really doing this guy dirty." Moments later, Ethan sits across from Jessica. Not because he knows her, but because it's the last empty chair in the shop. His phone keeps glitching, typing random letters. Ethan muttering, "Why does it feel like the phone's mocking me?" Jessica, amused, leans over. "Jessica, because it is." Broken phones have a dark sense of humor. Ethan looks up, surprised at the witty stranger. He laughs for the first time that morning. Funny thing about life in America. Strangers often become allies when technology betrays us. Whether it's borrowing a charger, sharing Wi-Fi, or laughing at a cracked screen, there's a silent bond. Jessica adds, "Jessica, you know, sometimes we break things because we need to slow down. Maybe your phone's telling you to look up once in a while." Her words linger. Ethan doesn't know it yet, but this accidental encounter is the spark of something bigger, an unexpected friendship born out of broken glass. Ethan arrives at his office in the Loop, the corporate heart of Chicago. Glass skyscrapers tower above, each one reflecting ambition. Inside his floor, cubicles buzz with chatter, keyboards, and the occasional ding of microwave popcorn. Ethan's coworker, Mike Anderson, a 35-year-old with a perpetual grin and a love for dad jokes, notices Ethan's phone. Mike teasing, "Whoa, man, looks like your phone lost a bar fight with the sidewalk." Ethan, "Yeah, tell me about it. It's practically unusable." Mike shrugs. Mike, "Maybe that's a good thing. Remember when we didn't have smartphones glued to our faces? I survived college with a flip phone and sheer willpower." The office erupts in laughter as Ethan tries to respond to emails with a screen that registers every third tap. He sighs, frustrated. This is where the humor turns into something more. Americans are obsessed with convenience, but sometimes losing it forces us to rediscover patience, creativity, even human connection. Mike nudges Ethan. Mike, don't break down like your screen, buddy. Life still works even when your tech doesn't. It's cheesy, but the words hit. Ethan realizes maybe the broken phone isn't just a problem, it's a test. After work, the Chicago sky glows orange, fading into purples and blues. Ethan walks through Millennium Park, hands stuffed in his jacket pockets. His phone is barely usable now, but he's not glued to it for once. He notices the world, kids chasing pigeons, an older couple holding hands, street musicians filling the air with jazz. He remembers Jessica's words in the cafe. Maybe your phone's telling you to look up once in a while. There's a strange peace in it. The city feels alive, not filtered through a screen but directly in front of him. He even chuckles, thinking about how ridiculous he looked panicking over cracked glass earlier. Here's the truth. Life cracks too. Jobs, relationships, plans, they all shatter at some point. But like Ethan, we can choose not to break down with them. Instead, we laugh, we adapt, and sometimes, we even discover new perspectives. Ethan sits on a bench, watching the Chicago skyline reflect in the bean. His broken phone buzzes once more, glitching through a notification. He smirks and whispers, "Ethan, all right, I get it. You win. I'll look up." Saturday evening in Oak Brook, a quiet Chicago suburb. Ethan drives his old silver Honda Civic to his parents' house for dinner. His cracked phone sits in the cupholder like an injured bird. Suburban streets are lined with maple trees turning golden, minivans parked in driveways, and neighbors mowing lawns even as the sun sets. Inside the house, the aroma of roasted chicken and garlic bread fills the air. His mom, Karen Parker, warm, practical, with the uncanny ability to read her son's mood, greets him at the door. She's in a green sweater and jeans, holding a dish towel like a shield of hospitality. "Karen." "Ethan, honey, what's with that look? You seem like the world just ended." Ethan sighs and shows her the phone. Karen squints at the spiderweb cracks, then bursts into laughter. Karen laughing. "Oh, come on. That's nothing. You should have seen your dad drop our VCR down the stairs in '98. We survived." Ethan smiles despite himself. His dad, sitting in the recliner with a baseball game on, chimes in. "Dad. Yeah, son, you're acting like you lost a limb. It's just glass." As they gather around the dinner table, plates of mashed potatoes, green beans, and apple pie, the conversation drifts to bigger things. Karen looks at Ethan gently. "Karen, you know, life's always going to crack. If you panic at every fracture, you'll miss the feast in front of you." Her words are simple but grounded in that American mom wisdom, practical, comforting, no nonsense. Ethan nods. Maybe this broken phone is just a small reminder of resilience. Sunday morning, Ethan decides to drive out to Lake Michigan for some quiet time. The air is crisp, seagulls wheel overhead, and the skyline sparkles in the distance. But halfway there, his Civic coughs, sputters, and dies on the shoulder of Lake Shore Drive. Ethan groans. Dead phone battery. No GPS. No Uber. No quick fix. For a moment, frustration floods back. But then, something unexpected happens. A red pickup truck pulls over. Out steps a burly man in a flannel shirt and baseball cap. His name's Tom, a mechanic from Joliet. "Tom, need a hand, buddy?" Ethan explains his car troubles, embarrassed. Tom opens the hood, whistles, and gives it a quick fix with the kind of confidence only Midwest mechanics carry in their DNA. "Ethan, I don't even know how to thank you. My phone's dead, car's dead, feels like the universe is testing me." Tom chuckles. "Tom, nah, universe ain't testing you. It's just reminding you people still help people. You don't need an app for that." Ethan rides the rest of the way to the lake, thinking about it. Broken phone, broken car, but kindness still exists, raw, human, unprogrammed. Monday arrives. Ethan's company has a big client pitch, one that could make or break the quarter. Normally, he'd rely on his phone for reminders, notes, even backup slides. But the phone is in repair, and he's forced to go old school. He walks into the glass-walled boardroom downtown in a crisp gray suit, a stack of handwritten note cards in his hand. His coworkers glance nervously. The client, a middle-aged executive in a pinstripe suit, leans back in his chair. "Client, Let's see what you've got, Mr. Parker. Ethan takes a breath. He speaks, not from a glowing screen, but from memory and passion. He stumbles once, then laughs at himself, loosening the room. His humor, honesty, and energy do something slides never could. They connect. By the end, the clients are smiling, nodding, even clapping. And here's the kicker. Sometimes, what we think is a weakness turns out to be our strength. Ethan's broken phone forced him to look up, connect, and trust himself. The cracks in the glass turned into cracks where light got in. Mike, his coworker, pats him on the back afterward. Mike, told you, man, don't break down like your screen. Friday night. Chicago buzzes under neon lights. Food trucks line Michigan Avenue, couples laugh over deep dish pizza slices, and the skyline glimmers. Ethan walks back to Millennium Park, where just days ago he sat sulking with his cracked phone. This time, his phone is fixed, shiny and flawless. But here's the twist, it sits in his pocket. He's not glued to it. Instead, he's talking with Jessica, the stranger from the coffee shop who has now become a friend. They stand near the beam, watching their reflections stretch and bend in the polished steel. Jessica. So, fixed your little glass friend? Ethan smiling. Yeah, but funny thing, I don't need it as much anymore. And that's the lesson. Life will drop you, crack you, shatter plans you thought were perfect. But the cracks don't mean you're broken. They mean you're alive, learning, and still capable of shining. As jazz music drifts from a nearby street band, Ethan laughs with Jessica, the city lights bouncing off his repaired screen that now feels less like a lifeline and more like a tool. His real life, the laughter, the connection, the resilience, is happening right here, beyond the glass. And in that moment, Ethan knows, he didn't just fix his phone. He fixed something in himself. Phones break, screens shatter, but you? Don't break down like your screen. Stand tall, laugh through the cracks, and let the light shine through.
Daily happiness and motivation is hitting in. Like and subscribe.